Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing Spider-Man Far From Home, the Tom Holland version, top 15 facts, or fun 15 facts. I'm curious, which Spider-Man is your favorite? Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or Tom Holland? And I guess same with Mary Jane, who's your favorite? Kirsten Dunst, Emma Stone, or Zendaya? Spider-Man From Home is the sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming. The film continues the story of young Peter Parker as he faces new challenges and adventures as Spider-Man. Number 1, the Elementals are the main villains in the movie. Peter and Mysterio must team up to defeat these powerful elemental creatures that threaten the world. Sony and Marvel clashed a bit. While Spider-Man is in the MCU, the movies are not made by Disney. The character is a Sony property, so Sony gets to produce and distribute these films. Sony was not necessarily concerned about Marvel's plans for their movies as a result. The company announced plans for a sequel slated for 2019, which was a problem for Marvel because this announcement came before Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame came out. Peter, as you likely know, dies after Thanos' snap in Infinity War. The creative team all returned. Sony figured why mess with a good thing. Far From Home, like Homecoming, is co-written by Eric Sommers and Chris McKenna, while being once again directed by John Watts. The Homecoming villain was originally slated to return. When Far From Home was first announced, it was announced that Michael Keaton would return as Adrian Toomes, aka Vulture. However, Watts later said that neither Toomes nor his daughter, Peter's love interest in the first film, would be returning. Number 5, Jake Gyllenhaal finally made it into the world of Spider-Man. Once upon a time, Gyllenhaal could have been Peter Parker back in Sam Raimi days. He was in the mix of, he's a little old to be Spidey, but that allowed him to play the villain in Spider-Man film instead. Number 6, Marvel knew they wanted to use a new villain. When bandying about Far From Home, Kevin Feige said Marvel wanted to use a villain that had not been in a previous Spider-Man film. That was a little tough given that there had been 6 of them. Mysterio was chosen because he was new to Spider-Man films but wasn't exactly as known villain in the comics. It was a good time to introduce him, as his manipulative nature would mesh well with a story of Peter being vulnerable while mourning Tony Stark. Number 7, Mysterio could have been handled differently. In the film, Mysterio, aka Quentin Beck, is a former Stark Industry employee turned bitter by Tony Stark's lack of respect. This is not the only idea for the character. For some time, they thought about having Mysterio be a Skrull in disguise. In Captain Marvel, it is shown that Skrulls are capable of shapeshifting to hide as humans. Number 7, Skrulls appeared in Far From Home, which surprised, number 8, I believe, sorry. Skrulls appeared in Far From Home, which surprised one of the actors. In the post-credit scenes, it is revealed that Nick Fury and Mariah Hill were actually the Skrull Talos and Soren pretending to be them. To make this reveal possible, Watts used footage of Samuel L. Jackson and Colby Smulders shot from the beginning of the movie but cut. Since Smulders did not shoot new footage for this post-credit scene, she learned about the twist from Feige just before the film was released. Number 9, Gyllenhaal loved his costume. Not everybody enjoys the whole comic book movie experience. Gyllenhaal was a different story. He loved wearing the Mysterio outfit and fought to wear it as much as possible in the film. In one scene, you can see Mysterio in civilian attire spying on Peter Parker in Venice. A crew member did a bit of acting. Number 10, the Star Tech glasses that are bequeathed to Peter come with an AI called EDITH. The voice of Edith is provided by Dawn Michelle King. King is not an actor by trade. She's an assistant editor that has worked on many Marvel films, including Far From Home. Number 11, J.K. Simmons made history. One of the favorite elements of Raimi's Spider-Man's trilogy was Simmons' turn as J. Jonah Jameson, editor-in-chief of the Daily Bugle newspaper. Well, in a surprise appearance, Simmons returned as Jameson in Far From Home. Now he is styled as a conspiracy theory quasi-journalist on the internet. By returning as Jameson, Simmons became the first actor from a non-MCU movie to reprise their role in MCU. Number 12, one person wasn't a fan of Jameson's return. Watts really wanted Simmons back as J. Jonah Jameson and did not consider casting anybody else. Simmons reached out to Raimi to see if he was okay with it, and he was. So Simmons was down. What he wasn't down with, though, was seeing Jameson become the radicalized online version of the character. The actor told Collador he did not see eye to eye with Watts on his new version of Jameson, but he filmed it anyway. 13. The title was revealed early. Sometimes the big movie, especially of the superhero ilk, will try to keep the title under wraps. However, Tom Holland revealed that the title for Far From Home before shooting started. Now, this wasn't the notably loose-lipped Holland going rogue or another instance of Sony not caring about Marvel's plans. It was Feige's idea. Figuring it out would probably leak anyway. While filming the movie, used the working titles Fall of George and Bosco to try and keep eyes away from production. We assume those are both Seinfeld references. One scene was not shot on location. The Netherlands is not known for its tulips, and so in brackets, there was even a fever for them, as Alicia Vikander knows. And Peter finds himself in a Dutch tulip field and Far From Home. However, for all the movie's location shootings, that one was not done on site. They filmed a field of Britain, and they then digitally filled it with roughly 2 million tulips. That's a lot of tulips to go through. Wow. Okay. Let's do some quizzes at the end here. One sec. Okay. Let's see. See who could get it. Oh, darn it. I'm looking for it. For one. Gosh. Okay, so these could be from any of the Spider-Mans, not just from this one that I'm talking about. So, following the revelation of Spider-Man's identity, Peter Parker receives legal counsel from whom? And lastly, when Thanos swiped out half of all life in the universe, the event was called the Snap. What phrase was used in the eventual return of said half of the universe? Okay, let me know if you guys have those answers. Comment below. Comment which one you prefer, which Mary Jane you like most, whether it was Kirsten Dunst, Zendaya, or Emma Stone, or the storylines. I have not watched the Andrew Garfield version of Spider-Man. I don't know why, I just haven't. But I've watched the Tom Holland and the Tobey Maguire, and I don't know. I think just because maybe I grew up with Tobey Maguire being Spider-Man, I kind of liked him the most. He seems, obviously in the last one, the No Way Home, he's obviously has like more of a wiser kind of role, I find, in a sense, because he's a little older. But I don't know, I thought it was cool that they all kind of jumped in And no, and that was really cool. I haven't seen Tobey Maguire act in years since that Spider-Man. I'm sure he's been in others, but yeah, I haven't seen him act in a long time. Anyways, I really enjoyed him in the No Way Home. Let me know which one you guys prefer. I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments below. Have an awesome rest of your day and let me know what you think those answers are. Bye now.